And gentlemen, thanks for listening to
Bon Radio.
And this is the show with no name, and it's time for liftoff. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
1.
Here we go.
0.
Hold on to your hats, folks.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Here we go. Here we go, amigos.
Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your
Let's
seatbelts.
rock and roll.
Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hats. Get ready
For the ride of your life.
The show
With no
It's show with no name time.
On radio.
No name.
Come on. Let's go. Show with no name. All right, amigos. Welcome one. Welcome all. Time for another exciting, interactive, wacky, yes, un poco chiflado. It's the show with no name, amigos. And it's a pleasure to have you on board every day, bringing the magic. Oh, yeah. We've got a lot to do today. We're going to have tons of fun. We're going to play. We're going to laugh. And more importantly, we're going to learn some English along the way. Por el camino. Also, I've got some great news for you. I can tell you now officially, we are at stand 312. Write it down. Stand 312. 312. 312. That's an exclusive. I haven't given you guys that information yet. It's the book fair, Feria del Libro, and it's happening from May 26th to June 11th, one of our favorite times of year. I'm excited. My buddies here at Vaughn are excited as well, and we hope you're excited. So it is stand 312, 312, es el stand, la caseta, as you say, and we'll be there from May 26th to June 11th. And unless you're in my community, my online community, then you don't know this information, but you are about to get an exclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you may know this already, but this is the first time I'm making it public. I have my book fair dates. Now, this could change, but I mean, the idea would be to not change it, to keep it as is. So write down these dates. As I said, it starts May 26th to June 11th, and I'll be there Saturday, the 27th of May. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So that's Saturday, the 27th of May, from 11 to 2 p.m. Then the following Saturday, June 3rd, same time, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm doing mornings. And then I'll be there Sunday, the last day, the 11th of June, also from 11 to 2 p.m. It's at stand 312, and it's Vaughn's stand. We have a stand every year at the book fair, and I said, I'll be there. I just gave you the dates. That's, again, an exclusive. I haven't given them here on Vaughn Radio yet. So here we go. Saturday, the 27th of May. All the times are the same. I'm going from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., the whole morning time slot. So that'll be Saturday, the 27th of May. Then the following Saturday, which is the 3rd of June. And then the last Sunday that will be there, which is the 11th of June. And that's from 11 to 2 p.m. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you at the book fair. So many of us are going to be there, as always. It's a time of year that we really look forward to. And if you want more information, follow us on social media. I'm sure Vaughn's going to be giving you more information, and each of the presenters, authors, they'll be giving you their dates as well. And if you follow us on social media, you'll do really well in our pop quiz. Come on. Quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. What? Yeah. What is it called? Pop quiz. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right, amigos. It's our pop quiz, and it's brought to us today by our amiga Tosh Pasqua. She is the host of the show, the amazing show, Back to Basics, Tosh Pasqua. And she's going to be at the book fair too. I know, because we have a little group, a WhatsApp group, the Vaughn Radio crew, and even people who don't have books. One of the presenters said, "But Alberto, I don't have any books." And I said, "Doesn't matter. I'm sure your listeners, your students want to meet you anyway." And do you know how many books I've signed that aren't mine? You know, Richard Vaughn's book. I've signed Kyle's books. So all of us are eager to be at the book fair this year and every year, including Tosh Pasqua, the host of Back to Basics. And today's translation comes straight from her show and from her social media. So if you're not following Tosh, follow her. She's an amazing teacher and a wonderful person. Australian, Spanish, Swiss, and Argentinian, sort of. She says English teacher, TV presenter, and host of Back to Basics. It's on Vaughn Radio every day at 3 p.m., but it doesn't matter. You can tune in wherever and whenever if you listen to podcasts. And here is Tosh's translation. Podré ir a casa de Susan si la reunión termina pronto. Podré ir, no es pregunta, es afirmación. Podré ir a casa de Susan si la reunión termina pronto. There it is, amigos. That's your translation. Back to Basics challenge. You'll get one every day on Tosh Pasqua's show, on all our shows. Kyle Miller, he's got tons of challenges coming your way on his program, Drive Time. Oh, and Ximena Holiday, are you kidding me? Her show is one big challenge. It's Test Your English, and you guys are in luck because it's right after this show. It's our great amiga Tosh Pasqua. Yeah. All right, well, I see we've got a lot of people interacting, ready to rock here, on board, and checking in, fichando, checking in. We'll take some attendance, and we'll see how you guys did on today's pop quiz. But you know what I'm going to need? I always need this. It gets me going. It gets me excited. I'm talking about a beat. Oh, yeah. I think we got one somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, did you like that little fade there? Now we got our beat. Let's go into our virtual classroom and see who's on board. Laura says, good morning to you, Laura. She says, good morning, gorgeous show with no namers. Let's team up together. Team up. Unir fuerzas. Juntarse. Let's team up together. We looked at it yesterday. Great job, Laura. And have a magical time. I second the motion. Laura, welcome aboard. There's German. What's up, German? He says, good morning, beautiful people. The beautiful people. The beautiful people. Are you having sweet dreams with magical English lessons? German, I gotta say something. I think you're a Marilyn Manson fan. Beautiful people, sweet dreams. I caught you. Te pillado. There's my dad, Don Diego, tuning in from the other side of the pond. What's up, Dad? And he says, good morning, Alberto, family, and friends. Greetings from Greenwood Lake, New York. What's up, Dad? How's it going? Great to have you on board with us this awesome morning. There's Kubla. He says, how are you doing? Sweet Mass. What's up, Kubla? How's it going? Maria Jose in the house. Presente in the house. Y no se dice in the house. It's in the in the house. And it's good morning, folks. Let's have a freaking time learning English. With the one and only Double A. What's up, Maria Jose? Welcome aboard. There's Machus. Machus says, hi, Alberto, from Valencia. Oh, man, what a great place it is. You are totally authentic. Thank you. I just, I be myself as much as I can. But I guess, sometimes we're all a little bit phony. But in general, I try to keep it real, as we say. Born to Iron Man says, morning, folks. What's up, Born to Iron Man? Great to hear from you today, as always. Let's see, Laura taking a stab at our translation here. Podré ir a casa de Susan si la termina pronto. I will be able to go to Susan's if the meeting finishes early, says Laura. Nice job, Laura. Well, I heard students say, I will can. And I said, what? I mean, that was, oh man, when I heard I will can, that's what I hear. So, I'll be able to, podré. I'll be able to, I will be able to, y lo podemos contraer a I'll be able to go to Susan's if the meeting finishes early. Excellent job, Laura. Let's see. There's Kubla. I'll be able to make it to Susan's house if the meeting ends early. Oh, yeah. 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 Let's see. Born to Iron Man says, I will be able to make it to Susan's if the meeting is wrapped up early. To wrap up, acabar, si se acaba temprano. And I like how you guys are using make it. And I like how Laura and also Born to Iron Man, you said Susan's. No hace falta poner casa. We're going to Susan's. Excellent job. Oh, wow. You guys are off to a wonderful start. Let's see. German says, I'll be able to go to Susan's place if the meeting finishes soon enough. Great, German. We'll take it. We'll take it. Excellent job, guys. We've got a lot of people participating, and everybody's got their own way of saying it, and everybody is correct. Yeah. There's Chris Valrol. I was wondering where you were. Toma trabalenguas. I was wondering where you were. Me preguntaba dónde estabas. Bueno, es difícil en español también. I was wondering where you were, Chris. And she says, morning, Alberto and mates. Are you in on it, folks? ¿Estáis metidos en el chiste, en la broma? I see what you're doing there. Using idiomatic expressions. And these are expressions, guys. The one that Chris just used, I think Laura used a few yesterday. These are idiomatic expressions that you'll find I share on Instagram. Here, if you take a look here, if you're watching us in the live stream, if you look at my Instagram, it's full of videos, chock full of little mini classes to help you guys learn English and have fun along the way. So if you're not following me on social media, if you're not following Vaughn, I feel like you guys are missing out. Because, you know, when we finish doing our shows, well, we're usually on our phones, you know, posting a video or something related to the show. As you can see here in Tosh Pascua's Back to Basics Challenge. I mean, that's just one translation. Let's see some of the other ones that Tosh has got. De pequeño me gustaban todos los tipos de frutas. Tengo dolor de garganta. So see, they're all different structures as well, right? A ver, ¿qué más? ¿Cómo está de picante? How spicy is it? Right? Ahora, si no es preguntas, how spicy is it? Es pregunta. How spicy it is, estás diciendo o afirmando. See where the difference is there? Let's take a look. Tengo dolor de garganta. How would we say that? I have a sore throat. I have a sore throat. You can say my throat hurts, but it's much more common to say I have a sore throat. What about de pequeño me gustaban todos los tipos de fruta? When I was a kid, I liked all kinds of fruits. And it's interesting because fruit, you can say singular or plural, right? Fruit or fruits. Because fruit can be in general. I like fruit, period. That means todo tipo de fruta. It's a general thing, right? Let's see what else Tosh has for us. This is just, all I'm doing is scrolling down her profile page here on Twitter. She's also on Instagram. And imagine, if you're following Tosh, you're following Ximena, you're following Kyle, you're following all of us, well, you're going to get tons of vocabulary. Let's see, what else? ¿Cuánto tiempo sin verte? You don't know how many times I've heard people mix this up and say, how long no see? A long time no see you. And nope, I haven't seen you in a long time. It's been a while, or long time no see. But don't mix them. Because I've heard people say long time no see you, but it's really long time no see. All right. ¿Podrás entender esto si no estudias? Could you understand this if you didn't study? So could you? You can also say, will you be able to? Si es futuro, right? Will you be able to? And just be careful with that one, right? He's able to, he visto alumnos mezclar it. He's able to, es capaz de, and he's capable of, right? A little bit different there. He's capable of anything. He's able to speak three languages. Pero ves como uno es con to y el otro es con of. So just be careful. Those little nuances, those are things that Tosh looks at on her show as well. ¿Para qué necesitas una cómoda? What is a cómoda? ¿Ves? Yo estoy aprendiendo aquí también, parece. Okay, what do you need a chest of drawers for? Okay, drawers or a chest of drawers. No podremos aprobar el examen aunque estudiemos. We won't be able to pass the exam even if, aunque, esto es un even if, we study. Even if we knuckle down, it's another way of saying study, even if we hit the books. And then she's got videos here. I'm seeing a video where she's got this and that. She's got a good friend of hers named Anna. And Anna is starting from square one. She's learning English with Tosh. And I think it's a wonderful experiment because you can learn English with Tosh and Anna. Anna's the student. So you can see if you're making the same mistakes as Anna. You know, you can compare yourself to Anna. Do you pronounce it better than Anna? So excellent. Really, Tosh, I got to say, Tosh is doing a wonderful job. Obviously at work, obviously in her classes, obviously on her radio show. But Tosh is also kicking ass in social media, in that realm, en ese mundillo, in that realm. Wow, we've got a lot of people participating over here. I'll tell you what, let's do something over here. We've got just a few minutes. So I think what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a look at today's Say What soundbite. Yeah, I think we're going to do that right now. Say what? What? That's right, amigos. It's the Say What soundbite. Here's where you're going to hear a bunch of different voices, and we'll see how you guys do. If you're able to pinpoint where this person's from, and if you're able to jot down every word they say. But at first, I just want you to give me your observations, what you heard. And I think today's person is pretty easy to understand. I could be wrong over here. I've been wrong before, but everybody grab a pen, grab a notebook or a piece of paper, and write down what you're about to hear. As you know, you're going to hear this a total of 4 times on today's show. You'll have 4 chances to write this down word for word. All right. But at first, after this listen and the second listen, I just want your observations. I want you to tell me what you heard in your best English possible. And I want you to go out on a limb. Do you know this expression? To go out on a limb means to take a risk. So don't stay in your comfort zone. Use this as an opportunity. Remember, you're allowed to make mistakes. What I don't want is carelessness, descuido. Like, me da igual. I'll just put. If you make a mistake because you're trying to use a new structure, that is totally welcomed here on this show, and I think in any class anywhere. All right, without any further ado, sin más, it's time for today's Say What soundbite for the first time.
That meant the world to me that they went to all that trouble. I know that The Simpsons is a show that hasn't ever broken through. But I want to give them a little leg up. So check this show out. It's on Sundays on Fox. Okay? Give them a shot. It's a family.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your Say What soundbite. That's the first listen. I think the person speaks pretty clearly. I think there are enough pauses where you guys will be able to figure it out without much of a problem. Considering that we've looked at some really, really tough ones, I mean, almost impossible ones. We heard some that were in, poetic verse the other day when we heard, who was it? Not James Joyce, Samuel Beckett. And that's cool because the idea is to hear the gamut, un poco de todo. So we hear Irish, we hear Northern Ireland, which is a different accent. Because again, the United States, what is an American accent? Well, Canadians are Americans. They're North Americans. And they don't speak the same in all of Canada. So what is a Spanish accent? Castilian? Okay, then what part of the peninsula? Because they all sound different. But I think this is one of the things that makes language learning absolutely fascinating. Folks, We've got to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to hear the Say What soundbite for a second time. We've got our spelling bee. We've got homophones. We've got so much to do in the rest of today's show. So if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. Vaughn Radio, where you can hear every accent under the sun. Teachers from all over the world sharing their insight with you. And all you have to do is download our free app. You can get the app on Android or Apple. It's free. Just search for Vaughn Radio. Also, if you're a podcast listener, you can search for Vaughn Radio, or you can search by show. There's no wrong way to listen. And those of you who can't listen live, there's a huge majority. It's not a minority. A majority of you guys who can't tune in live. And I know you're here. I feel your energy. I feel your presence. So I want to send a shout out to all our amigos who can't be here every day, but they're with us, even if it's later on via podcast or on the app. A nice round of applause for all of those students who are here every day, but they're not getting the same protagonism because they're not live in our group. But you know what? We love you just the same, and we know you bring the same magic. That's right. All right, well, folks, let's rock and roll. I've got to give you the second listen of today's Say What soundbite. What we'll do is play it a second time, and then we'll take a look at your comments and see what you guys heard. Is everybody ready? This is the Say What soundbite for the second time.
That meant the world to me that they went to all that trouble. I know that The Simpsons is a show that hasn't ever broken through. But I want to give them a little leg up. So check this show out. It's on Sundays on Fox. Okay? Give them a shot. a family.
There you go. There you go, amigos. That's your Say What soundbite for the second time. We'll take a look over here and see what we've got over here. Let's see. First person to participate is Maria Jose. And let's get a beat going again. You know me. I love those beats. Gives everything a little more pep, a little more energy, and gives us a little more flow. All right. Maria Jose says, it sounds like a comedy show. An American host is talking about The Simpsons and the impact the series had in everyone's life. All right. Maria Jose. Wonderful. Great job. Great job. You expressed yourself perfectly. Let's see. Born to Iron Man. There's our buddy. He says this crystal clear voice maybe comes from a popular person. Oh, yeah. Speaking to an audience who's laughing in relation with the last FYI topic. And do you know? Yes, he was right. That's right. The last FYI topic was The Simpsons. And, well, we don't mention this person in the episode, but this person is connected to The Simpsons. If you haven't listened to those episodes, just last week we explored Springfield and The Simpsons. This coming week, you're gonna die for the episodes on Princess Di. They're to die for. All right. Also, Born to Iron Man goes on to say he was right because those American cartoons have been broadcasting by Fox so far now. So, yeah, they've been broadcast on Fox or they've been on Fox. Remember, we can say broadcast, but you can also say it's on the air. It's on Canal Tal, right? All right, Kubla says, I heard an American gent emphatically recommending the audience to watch a popular TV show. All right, that's correct. Short and sweet, to the point. All right, let's see. Kubla taking a stab at it. Wait a second here. But we're missing something unless you're doing it in two posts. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I played it twice. The first part looks all right, but I'm missing a big part of it over there. So I don't know if you're just doing half and half here. You left us hanging. Nos dejaste colgado. You left us hanging. Do you know this expression? Igual, no? Colgado, tirado. All right, well, we've got to move on, my amigos. It's time for our spelling bee.
Spelling bee.
Spelling bee.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
It's the spelling bee on the show with no name. Spelling bee, yeah. That's right, amigos. It's our spelling bee only on the show with no name. This is one of the toughest sections on the show, but hopefully you guys will be able to figure it out. Really quickly, though, before we get into our spelling bee, I've got a few more people who'd like to participate. Laura says, I heard the voice of a man related to The Simpsons, con ese, in some way being thankful and making the audience laugh as he says The Simpsons hasn't broken through yet. Laura, you're missing an H in the word through as well and an S in the word Simpsons. So yeah, maybe the person's being sarcastic, kind of ironic, like, oh, you know, the Simpsons, they really haven't broken through yet. No se han hecho famosos todavía. No lo han petado. No han, I don't know, it would be reventado, right? To break through. If you think about it, it makes sense. Un avance. No se han llegado a conocer. So yeah, maybe there's obviously, I mean, the audience laughs after the person says that. Let's see. Chris says this American man is being interviewed on a late show. He's talking about something that meant so much to him. Then he's inviting the audience to watch this famous cartoon series. Chris, excellent job. In fact, excellent job to everybody. All right, all right. And German's got a joke for us. He says, what was the witch's favorite subject at school? Spelling. All right, all right. We got a random joke there for you. Spelling, hechizo, spelling, deletrear. All right, let's get back to what we were doing. Anybody else say what soundbite? Going once, going twice. All right. Well, folks, excellent job. You all had some interesting insight to add. And now we're going to do our spelling bee. Is everybody ready? The first round is hellish. This is round one. These words do not have to be capitalized today. The first word is Plead space THE space FIFTH. The next one is SANE space MIND. The third one is ORDER space IN space THE space COURT. The fourth one is GAVEL. The fifth one is JUDGE space AND space JURY. And the sixth one is PLEA space BARGAIN. Good luck. Good luck. Hey, I know I went fast. That's what I was trying to do. All right. Let's see if anybody got these words. They all have something in common. And we'll see if you guys were able to figure out these words. If not, I'm going to repeat them in just a moment. So don't worry if you weren't able to get them on the first go. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to. I'll tell you right now. Yo no sería capaz. I wouldn't be able to do it. So, anyone going once? Going twice? Our spelling bee is slipping out of your hands. But don't you worry, because we've got another round. But that's not a problem, not for our friend born to Iron Man. Nice job, born to Iron Man. You can sit the second round out. Te puedes descansar, estar en el banquillo para la segunda ronda. You rocked it, born to Iron Man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how you did that. Again, I don't think I could get it personally myself, and it's perfect. So nice job. And folks, this is round two. This is for us mere mortals here on Earth. Oh, wait, hang on. Chris Valrol also joining Born to Iron Man. Excellent job, Chris Valrol as well. All right, here we go. This is round two. The first word is PLEAD space THE space FIFTH. The second one is SANE space MIND. The third one is ORDER space IN space THE space COURT. The fourth one is GAVEL. The fifth one is JUDGE space AND space JURY. And the last one is PLEA space BARGAIN. All right, there we go, my amigos. We've got our spelling bee underway. We've also got Maria Jose knocking it out of the park. Excellent job. Lupe, be careful. You got a B instead of a V in one of your words. There's Laura as well. Wow, wow, wow. Born to Iron Man, Chris Valrol, Maria Jose, Laura, and Lupe with just one little mistake, but not bad. Excellent job. There we go with The Simpsons again. Excellent. It's you can't escape it, folks. All right, let's take a look at these words. These are all words that had to do with trials, juicios, or courtrooms, right? And the reason I chose these was because today in 1946, the International Court of Justice held its inaugural meeting in The Hague. I think you say La Haya? In The Hague in the Netherlands, as many of you know. And when we think of The Hague, we think of trials, we think of war crimes, right? Things like that. But the International Court of Justice is the one of the 6 principal organs of the United Nations. I don't know too much about them, but if you remember the Hague, there's a whole story behind the Hague, and it's even used in an idiomatic way today. Oh, this is going to be The Hague Part 2. This is, people are going to be tried. And if you're on trial, trial, you say trial, you are being tried. He's being tried for treason, right? He's on trial for treason, right? So the first word we looked at here is to plead the fifth. And this doesn't make sense in Spanish. I know you've seen it in movies and things like that. But to plead the fifth es porque la quinta enmienda es en Estados Unidos, no es. Es como cuando decimos, they declared chapter 11. ¿Qué? Capítulo 11, declararon capítulo 11. Well, yeah, that means bankruptcy, bancarrota, pero en Estados Unidos. So, you see, it doesn't make sense in another place because it's a code. Es como decir, esto es your documento C de Hacienda, C120, right? Well, it doesn't mean anything in any other country. Like the word DNI. I've had a lot of people say, do you have a DNI? I said, a DNI doesn't mean anything, right? A DNI in English is those 3 letters don't go together. We'd be like, a DNI. What would you have to say? You'd have to say an ID. Do you have an ID? Identification, which we call an ID. So plead. To plead is suplicar, implorar. To ask earnestly, to beg. I'm begging, I'm pleading. So plead. And in court, it's defender, abogar. Right? So I'm pleading, please clean your room. I'm begging you, please clean your room. It's a pigsty. Es una pocilga. Eso es universal. A pigsty, una pocilga. So if you're in court, Martha's lawyer pleaded her case, defendió, abogó. But John's mother was so desperate for him to lead a sensible life, she actually pleaded, please, please, suplicar. So to plead the fifth. Now, to plead the fifth means that you are not going to speak. Let's see, it doesn't come up here. Are you serious? So, I love word reference. Sometimes you're like, really? You have like a lot of weird stuff, but you don't have to plead the fifth? Well, this is refusing to answer questions, and this is a right that's guaranteed by the Fifth Amendment. De ahí viene el fifth. And it's the right. You have the right to refuse to answer questions. So to plead the fifth or to take the fifth. Y es la quinta enmienda, the Fifth Amendment. The next one, something you'll also hear in court, if somebody is of sane mind and body, right? Sane mind. And it means you're able to think and behave normally and reasonably. It means you are not mentally ill, which, as many of you know, a lot of people, serial killers, for example, a lot of times they'll say, "Well, I was insane," so they'll plead their case as insanity, and there's a different punishment there. So, of course you're insane. You killed your whole family. That you don't. That, of course, we got that part already. And Cantes, I was insane when I did it. Oh no, no shit, no me digas. So obviously that's something sane, and we say insane for somebody who's crazy, but we don't use that to talk about food. We don't say esta comida sana, it's sane. This is specifically for minds. So sane versus insane. When we talk about food or habits, we say it's healthy or unhealthy. The third one is order in the court. Order, orden. Is that what the judge says in Spanish? Orden, orden. Order in the court. This is when things get out of hand and you've got the plaintiff and the defendant. Defendant, ya sabes cuál es. And the plaintiff es el otro. And they're arguing and they're raising their voices. And then the judge grabs the gavel. And the gavel is like a little wooden hammer. Let's see what you call it in Spanish. ¿Ves? Yo estoy aprendiendo. The gavel, el martillo, el mazo, the gavel. The judge brought down the gavel and said, case dismissed. Case dismissed. So gavel, Gavel, order in the court was the third one. The fourth one, gavel. The fifth one is judge and jury. ¿Qué eres, juez y jurado? Aquí tú juzgas a todos. Eres el último juez, right? So when you tell somebody, do you think you're judge and jury? ¿Tú crees que aquí eres el que manda todo, el que puede juzgar a todos? Speaking of judge, another one comes to mind. Don't ever judge a book by its cover. No juzgas por las apariencias. All right, and the last one, this is an interesting one here. It's two words, and it's the word plea and bargain. Okay, so to plead, remember we just looked at the word plead, es el verbo suplicar. Pues una súplica o petición o solicitud is a plea. So a plea is, in Spanish, is declaración, en un juicio, en el contexto de juicio. A plea, declaración alegato. The defendant entered a plea of not guilty, or he pleaded not guilty. So these are good words to know, just looking at it in, different structures. To plea as a verb, and also a plea, right? To plead as a verb, and a plea as a noun. So please, please me. There's a homophone for you. Please, por favor. And please, they didn't hear his guilty pleas. No oyeron sus declaraciones de culpable. Por favor. Hey, there's a homophone, and it's not even time. Well, it's almost time for homophones. In fact, we're going to have time for it. So a plea bargain, and bargain is regatear. And a bargain es un chollo también. Pero cuidado, no es bargain, sino bargain. And a plea bargain or a plea agreement, yo nunca lo he oído así, pero quizá en Inglaterra, is a deal with the judge, sentencia de conformidad. See, I'm learning stuff in Spanish over here. Well, we just looked at some homophones, but let's look at the ones I've chosen in today's homophones. Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, it's homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. Show it no name. That's right, amigos. It's homophones only on the show with no name. And I just got to say, keep up the great work. So much growth. Tanto crecimiento, so much fun, so many laughs. And thank you guys for being here with us. I can't believe we are halfway through the show. The good news is we've got a lot to go. We're going to go to the movies. We've got music, Double Trouble Challenge, birthdays, and so much more to go. And remember, if you want to send us a message, we haven't received a message in a while. You can send a message, keep it at around a minute, introducing yourself and sharing something, and I can share it with all the students here on the show. Very simple. All you have to do is send it to my email address. It's aalonso@grupovon.com. All right, let's take a look then at our homophones or not. You tell me what these words are and if they sound the same. Okay, the first one is an adjective that means an adult or adult. Se puede pronunciar de las dos formas. Adult or adult. Somebody who's mature. O sea, no eres un niño. Okay, adulto, grande, mayor. It can also be cultivado, right? Cultivado as an adjective, okay? It comes from obviously the word cultivar. So es la tercera columna. It's grow, grew, esa. All right? So we'll take a look at it. As you know, it has many meanings, as many of them do, and we'll take a look at them. And the second word is to make an irritated vocal sound. Gemir, quejido. I think of Homer Simpson and his do, right? So aquí pone gemido, chillido, llanto, right? That would be the word in Spanish. It's an irritated vocal sound, an irritated vocal sound. So if you know those two words, tell us what the words are. And I also want you to tell me if they sound exactly the same or not. I don't want any imposters, not in this section. And also, this is a part of the show where I urge you guys to repeat the vocabulary aloud, especially once I tell you if they're homophones or not. Let me know if you know those words, and if you think they're homophones or not. We'll take a look at that and much more. But right now, we've got to go to a quick commercial break, amigos. We'll take a look at that when we come back. We've got our Say What soundbite, movies, Double Trouble, and so much more. So, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. We're here for part 3 of the show, the second half. Call it what you will. Just make sure you came here to have some fun, to play, to make some friends, and to shoot the breeze in English. To shoot the breeze. To shoot the breeze, estar de palique, de cháchara. Hablar de todo y nada a la vez. All right, all right. Come on in, come on in. We got a lot of stuff to do. So many people participating in our homophones section. So thank you for participating today and every day. The show doesn't work without your participation. What would a classroom be? Even if it's a virtual, digital classroom, what would it be without any interaction from the students? That's my philosophy. And after today's show, you've got the one and only Ximena Holiday and her program Test Your English, followed by the Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy. Then you've got Tosh Pasqua and Back to Basics, Jules Linares, and Let's Get Random, Western Civilizations with Guy Williams, The Salad with Dave Boys, and Drive Time with Kyle Miller. That's right, all here on Vaughn Radio. All right, well, let's listen to our Say What soundbite. We've got to listen to it for the third time, and we'll see how you guys do. Kubla, you started to get it, but as you know, and I imagine you know this, I don't have to tell you this, we want the whole shebang. El paquete completo. Here we go with today's Say What soundbite for the third time.
That meant the world to me that they went to all that trouble. I know that The Simpsons is a show that hasn't ever broken through. But I want to give them a little leg up. So check this show out. It's on Sundays on Fox. Okay? Give them a shot. It's a family.
All right, there you go, amigos. You know it. It is the Say What soundbite. It's a voice that many Americans would recognize, no doubt about it, especially people from my generation. Talking about my generation. All right, let's take a look at our homophones. The first word is crecido, mayor, adulto. The second word was one of those. Okay, let's see. Born to Iron Man is the first one to participate. And let's see. Born to Iron Man got the words. Those are the correct words. Born to Iron Man. And he says they sound alike. Interesting. All right, let's see what your classmates have to say. Kubla agrees with you. Chris Balrol agrees with you as well. Oh, man. Let's see. Maria Jose, she agrees too. Oh, wait a second. Here, I see a pattern forming, right? I see a pattern forming. Laura as well. Oh, boy. And German is using them in an example together. Okay. Well, let's say both words. The first word is grown. So it's grow, grew, grown. Now you can grow. Normally we grow up when we talk about people, and plants grow, right? You wouldn't say the plant grew up. Se crió. It's a little bit different. Creció. So that would be the difference between grow and grow up. De hecho, si le dices a alguien, oh, come on, grow up. Eres muy maduro, estás diciendo. Grow up. Start acting like a grown-up. And another way to say adult, porque te acabo de decir dos pronunciaciones, adult and adult, right? You can also say grown-up. He's a grown-up. My daughter says grown-up. She goes, Papi, am I a grown-up? I'm like, no, you're not a grown-up. Don't rush it, kid. So grown. And again, it's cultivado. These tomatoes were grown in our greenhouse, right? Estaban cultivados en nuestro invernadero. Greenhouse. We say casa verde, even though they're white, right? So, all right, grown. These are homegrown, cultivados en casa. También lo decimos también. He's a homegrown hero, cultivado, no, criado en su casa. But just in general, he grew up over there. Now he's grown. And normally you wouldn't say the city grew up. I remember we were on a tour in Rome, and he kept saying, and then Rome grew up. And that's more madurarse, hacerse mayor. And I think what he meant to say grew, se hizo más grande. So it's a little bit different over there. All right, my amigos, the second word is grown. Well, I'm not repeating myself. I said the two words, grown. Now that you're grown, I wish you wouldn't groan. Excellent job. Excellent job, my amigos. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So, yes, groan. And the perfect example is Homer's annoyed grunt or groan. Do, do. In English, it's do. One of the most famous ones, the Wilhelm scream. You know this. You've heard it in a million movies. The Wilhelm scream, it's called. So, yes, folks, the word groan and groan. And yes, groan can be sexual too. Oh, did you hear? Somebody's groaning. Y si queremos dar el toque sexual, somebody is moaning and groaning over there. All right, let's take a look. Now, I got some weird stuff happening here with our Say What soundbite. I've got Kubla giving it to me incomplete again, so I imagine you're being censored, which is weird. Laura's participating, and Laura, I think it's, let's see. Okay, Laura, you got more of it. All right, well, you know what? I think we're still missing a little bit there at the end, but all right, guys. Can anybody get that last sentence too? Oh man, it's tough today. All right, well, that's the Say What soundbite. Either way, you got most of it there, Laura. You're just missing right after the word fox, que es la cadena. There are two little short sentences that are said as well. But either way, excellent effort, as I said. Wonderful job. Okay, you guys are grown. You're grown, and I know you guys aren't going to groan. Well, hey, now you know those two words, and you know that they sound exactly the same. But you know what, guys? I'm in the mood to see a movie. Are you guys up for it? Cool, let's do this. Name that movie. That's right, folks. That's right. That's right. All right. Well, as always, we're going to take a look at a movie. Hopefully, you guys have seen this movie. And if not, I don't think it matters. I think you'll still be able to learn English from it nonetheless. Nonetheless, or nevertheless, is no obstante. All right. Let's take a look at the trailer, and we'll see if you guys recognize the movie from the trailer. Here we go. A mild-mannered man becomes a local hero through an act of violence, which sets off repercussions that will shake his family to its very core. Whoa. All right, so good vocabulary. A mild-mannered man. All right, well, mannered is tu educación. Are you well-mannered? Are you mild-mannered? Mild means amable, respetable. You're not walking around like, hey, what do you want? Hey, what do you? You're mild-mannered, right? Gentle, apacible, it says. Amable, respetable. So a mild-mannered man becomes a local hero through an act of violence. And we've looked at those words before, haven't we? I think that was a homophone that a lot of people got wrong. Violence, violins. So, ¿cuál acaba? He dicho violín y luego violencia. So, ready? Voy a decirlo en plural. Violines, violins y violencia. Violence. Primero, la O de violence. We don't say violence. We say he's violent. Se dice, pero muy suave. Violent. Violent. He's violent. He's violent. And he plays the violin. The violin. Ahí sí que se dice, right? So, there's too much violence with violins. Me acuerdo, muchos cayeron con esa. No son homófonos. So he becomes a local hero through an act of violence, which sets off, desencadena, which sets off repercussions that will shake es mover, ¿no? De forma fuerte, dura, will shake his family to its very core, a su núcleo, a su corazón, agitarles, shake, Shook, shaken. Another irregular verb for you. Let's see. It looks like we've got some winners over here. Please give it up for Kubla and Chris. All right, all right. The movie is called A History of Violence, not violins. Mira, muy diferente. Voy a decirte lo correcto primero. A History of Violence. Y ahora te voy a decir historia de violines. A History of Violins. The director is David Cronenberg, and it stars Viggo Mortensen, Maria Bello, or Bello, as maybe you call her, and Ed Harris. I got to say, I love all three of those actors. Just a tremendous cast. Un reparto buenísimo. And the first 4 minutes and 28 seconds of the movie, they take place at this seedy roadside hotel. CD is de mala muerte. CD, como semilla con Y. And they take place at this seedy roadside hotel. Usually they're called motels as well. Roadside, al lado de la carretera. It's a single uninterrupted take, igual toma, una toma, without a single cut until Billy enters the motel office. And the word motel comes from motor hotel, because you can park right in front of your room. They're very convenient if you're traveling around the United States. I remember it was the best way to just kind of stay wherever you wanted. You didn't have to plan where to stay. You're like, well, we'll just go to the next town. And all along the highway, you found these motels that were pretty affordable and pretty clean. Because you don't, when you're traveling cross country, I mean, you don't need to stay in the Ritz-Carlton. You just need a place to rest, have a cup of coffee, and get on the road, right? That's the idea. So motels are perfect for that, for travelers who don't want to spend a lot on a luxury hotel because their whole trip is on the go. It's just to lay your head down for the night. So 4 minutes and 28 seconds, an uninterrupted take. It's a popular thing to do. One of the most famous ones, and one of my favorite ones, is the one from Goodfellas. It's a shot on a steady cam. You call it un traveling, a steady cam, and they follow them into the bowels, las tripas, of the Copacabana. And it's really cool because, well, it's a classic scene from a movie and there are no cuts. So everybody had to do everything at the right time. They had to hit their mark. Also, the scenes in the diner, these typical American restaurants, de hecho, la palabra diner, ahí tenemos un double trouble. There were a lot of diners in the diner. Creo que lo vimos una vez. Había muchos comensales en el restaurante americano de 24 horas. There were a lot of diners in the diner having dinner, doble N, la tercera. I've heard people mix those words up. So the scenes there were shot on a sound stage. And what is a sound stage? Son estos escenarios grandes que se puede grabar sonido sin que se cuele de fuera. They're called sound stages up in Ontario. And they literally constructed the interior of a diner and then the outdoor part of the street so they could make it night or day. And a lot of times it's easier to do that than to, okay, you can only shoot at this diner at night when it's, from this time to. So a lot of times, because of limitations, it's just easier to build your own set and make it day, night, or raining, or whatever you want out the window. And what else? Tom Stall is the main character. Tom Stall, originally offered to Thomas Jane and Harrison Ford, but they both turned down the role. Also, Maria Bello, who's in the movie, plays the on-screen mother of Ashton Holmes. And she's only 11 years older than he is in real life. So you get that a lot too, where you get somebody could be playing their brother instead of their mother. All right, let's take a look then at this story. Richie talks to Joey about the business, el negocio, los asuntos, can be both. I'm sure you know the song, let's get down to business. Vamos al lío. It's a great song, Tiesto. And Richie talks to Joey about the business. And Richie says, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? ¿Qué voy a hacer? You bust up a made man's place. Okay? You bust up, rompes. Okay? Robas. A made man's place. And what is a made man? Well, a made guy or a made man is somebody who's in the mafia. So you bust up a made man's place. No me sale. You killed some of his guys. Mataste a alguno de sus chicos. You take his eye. Jesus, Joey. You nearly took out his left eye. Casi le quitaste el ojo izquierdo. Barbed wire, wasn't it? And barbed wire is this wire that's on prisons. Barbed wire, a ver cómo lo dicen. Alambre de púas, espino. Okay? Barbed wire, we call it. He goes, barbed wire, wasn't it? That's disgusting. You always were the crazy one. And Tom Stall is stalling. Perdiendo el tiempo, stalling. Tom Stall. Okay, Tom Stall. Tom, don't stall. No pierdas el tiempo. No retrases. Tom Stall. And Tom Stall says, not anymore. Ya no. And Richie Cusack says, yeah, I heard. You're living the American dream. Estás viviendo el sueño americano. You really bought into it, didn't you? Realmente lo creíste, to buy into it, ¿no? También es como apostar por ello también. You really bought into it, didn't you? You've been this other guy. Tú has sido este otro hombre. Almost as long as you've been yourself. Lo mismo que has estado, que has sido tú mismo. He's impersonating somebody. He goes, hey, when you dream, cuando sueñas, are you still Joey? Sigue siendo Joey? And just be careful. I've heard a lot of students say, I dreamt with you, right? Soñé contigo. I dreamt with you. No, it's I dreamt about you. We don't say to dream with. And he goes, Tom Stall, he's continuing to stall, ganarse tiempo. And he says, Joey's been dead a long time. Joey lleva muerto mucho tiempo. And Richie says, and yet, here you sit. Aquí estás sentado. Big as life. So we say bigger than life or larger than life, que es exagerado. He goes, you know, you cost me a lot of time and money. Me costaste mucho dinero y mucho tiempo. I guess because he was stalling, honestly. They probably gave him that name on purpose. He goes, before you pulled that shit with Fogarty, and to pull that shit es intentaste hacer una jugada. You pulled that shit with Fogarty. I was a shoo-in. Yo era el idóneo, el perfecto. A shoo-in to take over when your boss croaked. A shoo-in, el candidato perfecto. And to take over, escoger control, when your boss croaked. And to croak es morirse, palmarla. Also, a frog croaks. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Ahí tenemos un double trouble. The frog croaked so hard, he croaked. Hey, a lo mejor es el double trouble de hoy. Que no, it's not going to be the same one. So he goes, a shoo-in, a shoo-in. It was made very clear to me, Joey. Se me hizo clarísimo, Joey. I had to clean up your mess. Arreglar tus marrones, viene a decir. I had to clean up your mess, or nothing was ever going to happen for me, or nada iba a pasar en cuanto a mí. You got no idea how much shit I had to pull. Cuántas cosas tenía que hacer, intentar, to get back in with those guys, para caerles bien de nuevo, no para que me aceptaran, to get back in with those guys. You cost me. Me costaste. A hell of a lot, Joey. Muchísimo. A hell of a lot. And Tom Stall, continuing to stall, says, looks like you're doing all right over here. Parece que te va bien la cosa aquí. Looks like you're doing all right over here. And Richie says, yeah, I am. I am. I'm still behind the 8 ball because of you. and behind the eight ball. Do any of you play pool? Billar? Behind the eight ball is to be in a difficult situation. Okay, if you're in a position where you're unlucky, right? Ooh, I'm behind the eight ball. La bola que tiene el ocho, la negra, the famous eight ball. He goes, I'm still behind the eight ball because of you, por ti. There's a certain lack of respect. Hay cierta carencia de respeto. A certain lack of trust. Carencia de confianza. The boys are in Boston. The boys in Boston are just waiting for me to go down. Los chicos en Boston están esperando que yo caiga. They're just waiting for me to go down. All right, so there we go, folks. That's today's Name That Movie. Before we go to our final commercial break, I know we've looked at a couple double troubles, but this is the official one. Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble. That's right, amigos. It's Double Trouble only on the show with no name. I hope you guys are having fun. I tried to give you guys a little heads up. I tried to, you know how I like to drop some clues along the way, algunas pistas por el camino. Well, I've got some clues. I just mentioned this word moments ago, seconds ago. All right. So hopefully you guys will be able to get this one. Espero que no se cale el coche, ¿no? Calarse, quedarse, ¿no? Sin como no llega la gasolina. So espero que no se cale el coche mientras esté en la cabina o el váter, la cabina del váter, ¿no? O puede ser también la ducha, en la cabina de la ducha. O puede ser en una caseta. Oh, wait, so it's a word that has many, many meanings, it seems. Oh, yeah. And we already looked at one, which isn't in this double trouble. So we're going to look at 4 different meanings of this word. Espero que no se cale el coche mientras yo esté, ¿no? Mientras esté yo en la cabina del váter. En la caseta de la ducha, en la caseta, en la cabina. Es también caseta y cabina de ducha, de váter y no de váter. Whoa. Guys, this is going to be a tough one here, but I know somebody's going to get it. In fact, I see a few people who've already taken a stab at it. The only thing is, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. The good news, they look right to me. So we're going to take a look at these in just a moment when we come back for the 4th and final part of today's show. We'll look at Double Trouble. We'll listen to our Say What soundbite again. We've got jokes, famous birthdays. Obviously, we'll solve our Say What soundbite, plus name that lyric, and so much more. So, you know how this works. We'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. So, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name. Only on Vaughn Radio. Oh, yeah. Make arrangements, folks. The book fair is right around the corner, and I've got some amazing news for you coming soon. We kick off on May 26th, and it goes until June 11th. The stand, Grupo Vaughan, our stand is 312. I'm so excited. Trust me, it's going to be a good one. I'll be there Saturday, May 27th, from 11 to 2 p.m. Then again on Saturday, June 3rd, from 11 to 2 p.m. And lastly, I'll be there on Sunday, June 11th, also from 11 to 2 p.m. Don't miss it. It's Feria del Libro. Damian is going to be there with me as well. My good friend, Damian. And what could we possibly be presenting? I don't know. Stay tuned. All right, amigos. Welcome back to part 4 here. Let's listen to our Say What soundbite for the 4th time. Please write down what you hear.
That meant the world to me that they went to all that trouble. I know that The Simpsons is a show that hasn't ever broken through. But I want to give them a little leg up. So check this show out. It's on Sundays on Fox. Okay? Give them a shot. It's a family.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your Say What soundbite for the 4th time. And as I said, I think Laura got most of it. We're missing that last sentence over there, which seems pretty tough. All right, let's take a look then at our double trouble. We looked at the word just a moment ago. We looked at this word as perder el tiempo aposta. You know, oh, come on, evitar lo que no es lo inevitable. Okay, deja de, well, let me look it up. But I'm trying to give you other ways to say it as well. So, bathroom, cubicle, postergar, retrasar. Okay, you have to hand in the report tomorrow. Stop stalling. Okay, so stall. A stall is also a place where they keep horses. So I guess it makes sense that if you have a bathroom stall, it can be los individuales. Si lo piensas, parecen igual, right? So the word in Spanish is puesto, bueno, también es puesto o caseta, y si lo piensas son muchas cosas parecidas juntas, right? Compartimiento, casilla de un estábulo, pesebre. So if you think about it, cabina en un baño, it's the same idea. A bathroom stall, a shower stall. If you've ever been to a campground, okay, they have doors on the showers, but they're stalls, just like in the bathroom. So stall. Puesto, we're going to be at stand. Se puede decir stand or booth, pero también se puede decir we're going to be at stall 312. So it's a great word there. It's got a lot of meaning, stall. And I know I'm stalling right now. Also, if your car stalls, right, the engine stops. Pararse, ahogarse, calarse. In Mexico, they say morirse. Okay. Anything else? Stall, aircraft, bueno, entrar en pérdida, shower stall, cuarto de ducha. And those are just some of the different meanings. So, espero que no se cale el coche. Let's see who's got that one over there. We already said the word is stall, and the first person to participate is Laura. She says, I hope the car doesn't stall while I'm in the stall. Absolutely. I hope the car doesn't stall while I'm in the stall. Kubla, you got it as well. Excellent job. Maria Jose, I hope the car doesn't stall while I'm in the stall. Excellent. Guys, so many people figuring it out. Wonderful job. Let's see. Kubla, you didn't almost. Man, that's second to, you got the last sentence, but you're missing the second to last one. Oh man, it's tough over here. So I thought it was going to be easier, but there, also there's applause there. So the audience is applauding. So you gotta hear that as well. But no, you guys, either way, excellent effort. Kubla put, give me 5. Yo que sos 5. I mean, it's cool. I get it, but it doesn't make sense in there. Give me 5. Hey, but I asked you what you heard, and we'll take a look at what we heard, what he said in just a little bit. Right now, it's not time for our Say What soundbite, but it is time for You're Joking.
Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar.
You're joking. All right, amigos. Got some jokes for you. I know you guys love my jokes. What would you do without my jokes? I know, they're just amazing, All right, not really. But just remember, you will learn English with these jokes. You might not laugh, you might not chuckle, but you're definitely going to learn some English. There's no doubt in my mind. Let's see if you get these jokes. The first one, what did the husband say when his wife told him he bought the wrong flowers? Okay. So what did the husband say when his wife told him he brought home the wrong flowers? Okay. Anybody? This is a really tough one. I'm looking at how to translate it over here. Hold on. Es que no sé. Bueno, me ayudáis vosotros ahí con esta, right? All right. So let me give you the joke again. Acabo de ver más o menos cómo se dice en español, o quizá no tiene traducción. I think so. Everything's got a translation because it's kind of like a sound. Anyway, let me give you the joke. So what did the husband say when his wife told him he bought the wrong flowers, or he brought the wrong flowers home? Escucha. Bought, muchos americanos se equivocan. Compró. Brought, trajo. I've heard a lot of people say, he bought this to my house. Él compró. Muchos americanos se comen esa R. So just letting you know. Well, he said, oops-a-daisy. 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 Oops or oops-a-daisy es cuando un niño cae and you're like, ay, levántate, estás bien, right? You're saying, vamos, tú puedes. Oops-a-daisy. It's something that is said to children when they fall to express encouragement, ¿no? Cuando se caen y tú dices, venga, tú puedes, levántate, tú puedes. Oops-a-daisy es como, uy, te has caído, right? Oops-a-daisy, and obviously a daisy es una margarita. It's a kind of flower. Oops-a-daisy. Oops, una margarita. Oops-a-daisy. Ay, me equivoqué, no pasa nada. Nos levantamos. Hombre, you don't only have la cagas. I'll give you another example. It's not just with kids. La cagas, and your friend brings it to your attention. And your friend says, dude, you forgot to attach the attachment. Oops-a-daisy. Ay, la cagué. Oop, no pasa nada. Pues, So I'm trying to think of what the exact translation would be, because it's almost even like a sound, like oops, oops-a-daisy. And again, it's used to say, vamos, levanta, estás bien. Ay, te has caído. It's like that kind, because whoops is oops, me he caído. So, okay, how do you grow a flower that glows in the dark? How do you grow a flower that glows in the dark? Easy, with a light bulb. A light bulb. No, a light bulb. Well, a bulb is bulbo, say a similar word in Spanish, bulb, right? You have plants and you can have a bulb. It's the plant root. Also, when we talk about garlic, we talk of bulbs, right? So, but the most common form of bulbs, if you're not a gardener, is a light bulb, una bombilla. And if you think about it, they look exactly the same. A light bulb es un bulbo de luz. So you get it now? It glows in the dark. My daughter loves things. Well, me too. But she's in this phase where she asks me now, Papi, does it glow in the dark? How would you say? Brilla en la oscuridad? Does it glow in the dark? Because in her room, we put all these planets and stars, and she's got a couple shirts that glow in the dark. So right now she's in that glow in the dark phase. So how do you grow a flower that glows in the dark? With a light bulb. All right. What garden plant is always cold? What garden plant is always cold? Oh, that's easy. A chili. Chili. No, that's an easy one. Come on. A chili. By the way, if you haven't heard it, there's an episode of FYI on gardening. And you learn not only different kinds of herbs and spices and fruits and veggies, but also we learn some vocabulary that has to do with gardening as well. So, what garden plant is always cold? A chili. Well, chilies are peppers, right? You've got poblano. You got all different kinds of chilies that are peppers. We know them from the group too, the red hot chili peppers. But also chili, Chilly, is cold. And also Chile is a country. So in inglés americano llamamos el picante, Chile, frío, Chile, and el país, Chile, in the Andes Mountains. Andes? Yeah, I think so. Oh, a ver si me lío aquí con la geografía. So you get it? What garden plant? Well, it's much more common to hear somebody in the United States say, "Ooh, it's chilly today," instead of "it's cold." I don't know why. We love it's chilly. Y el pingüino famoso ese es Chilly Willy. Chilly Willy. All right, I got one more for you since you love my jokes so much. Why do trees have so many friends? Why do trees have so many friends? Easy, because they branch out. No. They branch out. No. Okay. Branch out is, a tree has branches and the branches grow out, right? But also to branch out in business means to expand. Expandirse, diversificarse, ramificarse, right? His business, he's starting to branch out and work with a lot of different English academies to branch out. But also it's to develop diverse interests, expandir horizontes, you say, to branch out. And think about it this way. If a company opens new branches, abre nuevos ramas, but also a branch is un sucursal. So it totally makes sense to branch out. All right, well, folks, those are your jokes. It's time to move on. It's time to celebrate in today's famous birthday trivia.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays
birthdays for everyone.
On the show with no name.
Famous birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone.
On the show with no name.
All right. That's right, amigos. It's famous birthdays only on the show with no name. And as always, this is a part of the show where we're going to take a look at 3 people who are celebrating a birthday. I've already given you some clues throughout today's show. All right, so here we go, folks. The first person was born in 1953. In 1953, a Canadian-American actor, so North American actor, singer, and screenwriter. I mean, he was born in Canada, though, so north of the border. And he got popular on a show that was kind of like a predecessor to Saturday Night Live. It was a sketch comedy show called SCTV. And I remember my mother talking about it quite a bit, bastante. SCTV, Second City Television out of Chicago. And then he was in many, many Hollywood films, including Strange Brew. He was also in Ghostbusters. Oh, yeah. He played the nerdy guy in Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. He was in Little Shop of Horrors. If you haven't seen that, it's funny. It's awesome. Are you guys familiar with that? In the States, it's very popular. It's a musical. It's a movie as well. And he stars in the movie. And the movie is about a guy who has a plant shop. And he's a florist. And he gets this plant. And this plant feeds on meat. And lots of it. And the plant gets bigger. And it's a funny story. Excellent cast. This guy is in the movie, Steve Martin. And the music is great. It's just a quirky comedy, musical comedy. It's called Little Shop of Horrors. He was also in Spaceballs, where he played Dark Helmet. He was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and the sequels, and also in Parenthood, My Blue Heaven, The Flintstones, and then finally in 1997, he took a long break from acting, a hiatus, and he has not appeared in a live action film for over 25 years. He's done some voiceover work, but that's it. But I love this guy. I got to say, he is definitely one of my favorite actors. I mean, just his face is hysterical. Number 2, she was born in 1967, an American actress and writer. She was in the movie Permanent Midnight. Then she was in Payback in 1990, Venganza, Payback. She was in Coyote Ugly in 2000, The Cooler in 2003, A History of Violence, which was today's Name That Movie, The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, also Grown Ups, which you know, Grown Ups, Gente Mayor, and so many other movies as well. Definitely a huge deal when it comes to actors, performers, Hollywood celebrities. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, this person was born in 1963, an American TV host, comedian, writer, and producer. He has hosted late-night talk shows for 28 years. He was also a writer for Saturday Night Live, and he also wrote for The Simpsons from 1991 to 1993. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a winner. It's Chris Valrol. And she says, happy birthday to Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis. I know you've all seen him in Ghostbusters and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but you've got to check out Little Shop of Horrors. Trust me. Number 2, Maria Bello, wonderful, talented actress. And number 3, Conan O'Brien. I love Conan. He is one of my favorite late night hosts, but also before that, he was a writer on some of the most popular shows, including The Simpsons. And this, in our Say What soundbite, was him expressing his gratitude to The Simpsons and the team for having him on board when he retired from his show. And he did another show, but when he retired from that show on TBS, I believe it was. So he says, that meant the world to me that they went to all that trouble. Era todo para mí. Era tan importante. It meant the world to me. Era lo tan, me pareció tan increíble that they went to all that trouble, que se molestaran tanto. I know that The Simpsons is a big show that hasn't ever broken through, que nunca ha llegado a ser popular. Se ríe el público. He's obviously being sarcastic. But I want to give him a little leg up. A little leg up es un poco de ventaja. Quiero darles una promo, una ventaja. I want to give him a little leg up. So check the show out. Así que échale un vistazo al show. Now, obviously, what he's saying is The Simpsons is more popular than his show. So he's saying, pobre, tenéis que ver este programa. Nadie lo conoce. Obviously, everybody does. Even if you haven't seen it, you know it. So he goes, but I want to give him a little leg up. So check this show out. It's on Sundays on Fox. Okay? Give him a shot. Dales una oportunidad. That was that tough sentence there. Give him a shot. It's a family. Es una familia. So here's Conan O'Brien, who used to write for the show, talking about The Simpsons and thanking them for making an episode about him when he retired his TBS show.
That meant the world to me that they went to all that trouble. I know that The Simpsons is a show that hasn't ever broken through. But I want to give them a little leg up. So check this show out. It's on Sundays on Fox. Okay? Give them a shot. It's a family.
All right, there you go, folks. And it's time for Name That Lyric.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is. No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's Name That Lyric only on the show with no name. And thank you to each and every one of you for your participation. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you this 2-hour period here, playing, laughing, and having fun. So thank you for bringing the magic. Stay tuned. If you don't have the Vaughn Radio app, it's the best way to make sure you never miss an episode of your favorite programs here on Vaughn Radio. And remember, you can interact with all the programs. Also, let me give you my dates. Apunta, this is really important over here. The dates for the book fair, the dates that I will be there, and most definitely Damian will be there with me too. So that should give you a little clue as to what's going on if we want to be together. I mean, obviously, because we're friends, but there might be another reason as well. I'll be there Saturday, May 27th. From 11 to 2. All of the times are 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So Saturday, May 27th from 11 to 2. Saturday, June 3rd from 11 to 2. And Sunday, June 11th from 11 to 2. I hope to see you all at the Feria del Libro. It's going to be a lot of fun, as always. And also, I told you guys before that you should listen to or watch Little Shop of Horrors. And Little Shop of Horrors is an awesome musical. I don't know where you can find it on what streaming platforms, or if you're into bootlegging, pirateria, check it out. It's an amazing musical, which was a play, and then it turned into a movie, which was very, very popular. And it stars Rick Moranis, birthday boy Rick Moranis, who plays Seymour, this nerd who has a flower shop, and he gets a plant that is pretty special. I won't give you too much information, but if you love music, it really got fun, exciting, like rock, a little bit of everything. And this song is called Suddenly Seymour. Suddenly Seymour is standing beside me. He says, lift up your head. This is Rick Moranis, by the way. He's a great singer. Lift up your head. Wash off your mascara. Quítate esa máscara, esa pintura que llevas en la cara. Wash off your mascara. Here, take my Kleenex. Wipe that lipstick away. Quita esta pintalabios. Show me your face. clean as the morning. Enséñame tu cara, tan limpio como la mañana. I know things were bad, but now they're okay. Suddenly Seymour. Here it is, folks. Suddenly Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors. This is Rick Moranis.
Here, take my Kleenex. Wipe
Wipe
that lipstick away. Show me your face, clean as the morning. I know things were bad,
but now they're okay.
Suddenly Seymour.